This is a Flying Cow production.
Well, hello and welcome back to Movie Battles, the newest project on the Flying Cow. I am your host, the Flying Cow himself, Clay Johnson. And in case you missed it last time, Movie Battles is where we take the very best of my friends who said yes, and we pit them head to head in Disney Pixar movie trivia. That's right. But I am not doing this alone. No. Sometimes you got to get a little help from your friends. And today I've got a little help from the answer man, Alex Lavelle. How we doing today, Alex?
So far, so good, Clay. Glad to be here. Excited for this second match of the opening round.
Absolutely. I'm actually very excited to get this one on the books. Full disclosure, we actually attempted recording this match previously. No spoilers. Unfortunately, we had a few technical difficulties and it didn't record. So we are doing this again and full steam ahead. Who knows what's going to happen? We have no clue.
We get some added drama in the mix. That's what we get.
Absolutely. But before we get into that, I want to give credit where it is due. The formatting for this this match that we're going to be doing today, as well as a lot of the questions, the ones I didn't write myself, were actually sourced from the Movie Trivia Schmodown. So if you enjoy this and you would like to see more of it covering a wider variety of films, check out the Movie Trivia Schmodown. You just go to the schmodownlive.com and tell them the cow sent you. They won't know what that means, but I just want to see what happens. And like I said, there are two ways that you can be watching or enjoying this with us today. For our audio listeners, our podcast, The Flying Cow, can be found on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, or Spotify. Or if you prefer to see our bright, shining faces, you can go on over to YouTube. Just type in The Flying Cow or Movie Battles, and you should find it right there. But let's go ahead and let us take a real quick peek at our tournament bracket. So we have already seen Amanda move forward over Allison, and now we are getting ready to witness this second match, which is going to feature Jack, the Good Boy Allison, versus the Maestro, Chris Mitchell. And I gotta say, I'm excited for this match. I mean, you know, like I said, we may have seen it before, but anything can happen. Absolutely.
That's right. If we learned anything yesterday, it is that this game is unpredictable. It is that luck is a huge factor as people draw their round 2 and round 3 questions.
Absolutely.
What they choose can really make or break their momentum.
Yeah, that is true. And you know, these competitors in particular, the Maestro, Chris Mitchell, not a lot is known about him, but I can tell you something about him scares me.
It's got to be the baton. I have it on good authority that his baton is honed down to a needle point. If you play a sour note for him, you'll get it right between the ribs.
He is merciless. And I know one thing is for certain: whatever happens, he's looking to compose himself a win today.
That's right. He hopes his wit is sharp and that his opponent's luck is flat.
Absolutely. And speaking of his opponent, that would be Jack, the Good Boy Allison. Now, Like I said, none of these competitors have competed in an official match, but Jack actually competed in an exhibition match against the chartmaster, Hannah Kiefer. Now, he may have come up on the short end of the stick on that one, but he had a very strong showing. So I know that Jack is looking to impress and looking to prove to everyone why his mother says that he is a very special boy.
Absolutely. I think that by virtue of having been here before, Jack is perhaps one of the canniest challengers who we have in the arena today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I think it's time that we go ahead and introduce our competitors. What do you say?
Let's do it.
Introducing first, representing music. His favorite films include Inside Out, The Fox and the Hound, and A Bug's Life. He is the conductor of chaos, the composer of carnage. He is the Maestro, Chris Mitchell.
That should say about everything.
Like a true musician, letting his music speak for him. Absolutely. And his opponent, representing Good Boys Everywhere. His favorite films in the genre include Fantasia, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and Wall-E. When he's not improving his trivia knowledge, he enjoys doing chores for his mommy and polishing his halo. He is Jack, the Good Boy Allison.
Yeah. Thanks, Clay. Very excited to be here. I think I'm going to come in first place.
Awesome. It's good to know there, Jack. Way to keep it family friendly. All
This
right.
is really good tea.
Well, now that we've got everybody in, what do you say we go ahead and take a look at the rules for round number 1?
I can't wait.
I love rules.
All right. So the rules in round number 1 are as follows. In this round, 8 questions from 8 random categories will be given to the competitors. Competitors will have 15 seconds to write down their answers. Answers must be said aloud when revealing their response. All questions in this round are worth 1 point. If a competitor gets all 8 questions correct, they will receive a perfect round and trigger a bonus question. Competitors may request a repeat 3 times throughout the match. Each competitor also has a challenge. If they disagree with a ruling, then they can challenge it. If their ruling is upheld, then they get to keep their challenge. There is no stealing in this round. Are there any questions as to the rules of this round?
No.
Nope.
All right. Then let us go ahead and proceed with round number 1. All right. Round number 1. Question number 1. In the realm of early classics, these are films from the 30s and early 40s. In what film will you find an evil whale known as Maestro?
You don't hear about too many evil whales, Clay.
I like whales.
Whales are usually pretty friendly. And we're in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, pens down. Jack.
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio is correct. Chris.
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio. All right, we're starting off strong. 1-1.
Let us turn our gaze now to the Renaissance. These films come mostly from the 1990s. Question number 2. What villain sings a song in which he brags about spitting and decorating with antlers?
I don't know why anyone would brag about spitting.
Can you repeat the question?
What villain sings a song where he brags about spitting and decorating with antlers? Yeah, I don't get the spitting thing either, Clay, personally. Maybe though if you're going for distance.
Sure.
And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chris, let us see your answer first.
Gaston.
That is correct. The best at expectorating. Jack.
Gaston.
And consumer of mini eggs every day.
Absolutely. All right. Well, moving forward into question number 3. The category is the dark times, films from the 2000s. In what film will you find characters such as Ray, Mama Odie, and the Shadow Man? Shadow Man sounds like, shadow puppets.
Yeah, that's one gimmick as a villain. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time is up.
Let's start with you, Jack. What do we got?
The Princess and the Frog.
That is correct. Chris.
Princess and the Frog.
Princess and
There
the
are
Frog.
question marks, but I really wasn't sure.
They're still tied at 3.
Neck and neck going into our 4th question. This one from the category Pixar. The characters Ducky and Bunny, voiced by Key and Peele, are introduced in which film in the Toy Story franchise?
I like the Toy Story movies. Did you have a favorite of those, Alex?
I have only seen the first 2.
Mm-hmm.
I have been terrified of how sad 3 is and have never watched past those. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chris, what say you?
Toy Story 3?
That is not correct. Jack, do you have the right answer?
Toy Story 4.
Toy Story
That
4.
Is correct, bringing Jack to 4 points.
There was a Toy Story 4?
Yeah, there wasn't. There really wasn't.
I take it Jack did not like that film.
Dang.
It's not good. I mean, Key and Peele were great, but
I enjoyed it, but moving
Toy
on.
Story and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
that's a great subtitle.
All right, moving on to question number 5. In the realm of the decline and wilderness, these are films ranging from the 60s to the 70s. They actually didn't make a whole lot during that time. So, and your question is, what film follows Taran, Alonwi, and Henchmen in their quest to stop the Horned King? This category covers a lot of time, but like I said, very few.
Can I get a repeat of the question, please?
Absolutely. That is 1 repeat. You've both each used 1 repeat, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So your repeat of that question is, what film follows Taran, Alonwi, and Henchmen in their quest to stop the Horned King?
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, let's start with you, Jack.
This movie deserves more love. The Black Cauldron.
Black Cauldron is correct. Chris.
A lot of you probably had never heard of this film before. The Bowls of Tamboro.
A good guess, although I don't think a Disney film, but
That's the one with Jasper the Bull, right?
Yes, Jasper the Bull. He was funny that they used all the same names as what you just mentioned. It's weird. Way to be original, Bowls of Tamboro.
All right. Right now we are standing at Jack with 5 and Chris with 3. Jack still has an opportunity for a perfect round.
That's right. But our next question could change that.
Yep.
It's everybody's favorite category, package films of the 1940s. In Make Mine Music, what are Johnny Fedora and Alice Bluebonnet? I think I've taken too much joy in reading questions from this category, Clay. Your sadism has rubbed off on me.
There's just something fun. I mean, I will say, because podcasts, I know a lot about these films, but
in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Chris.
Never having seen this film before, I'm going completely off their names. I'm going to guess that they're hats.
They are hats.
Yes.
Context clues for the point. Jack.
I put planes. Yeah, nothing.
Yes.
All right. So Jack,
Chris using those critical thinking skills to close the gap.
That's right. He is now within 1 point of Jack. It is now 5-4 in Jack's favor. Moving forward into question number 7. Now, for sure, the penultimate question of this round. In the realm of classics, films from the 1950s. In which film can you hear Tweedledee and Tweedledum talk of old Father William? Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Those are just fun names to say.
They are. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. Pens down. Jack.
Alice in Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland is correct. Chris.
Alice in Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland. Keeping pace with Jack. Coming into the final question.
And for that final question, we turn to the CG revolution of the 2010s. What is the name of Moana's pet rooster? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chris, what is your answer, please?
Boo Boo. / Jasper.
A great guess, if wrong.
Call back to a match no one's seen.
Jack, what say you?
Yeah, the chicken formerly known as Hey Hey.
Hey, hey, we're the monkeys.
I knew it was something repeated.
Yep.
I just chose the wrong syllable.
All right.
That means that at the end of round 1, Jack stands at 7 points with Chris 2 behind him at 5.
That's right. Not a bad score from either one of them. Chris, though behind, is keeping pace. Only 2 points down. It's still anybody's game at this point. Taking a look at the rules for round number 2, each competitor will spin the wheel. Competitors have the opportunity to spin the wheel 2 times, unless, of course, they land on opponent's choice, at which case their turn ends and their opponent will choose their category for them. But otherwise, if they do not like their category, they can, the first category they spin, they can spin again, but the second one they get is theirs. Competitors will get 4 questions from that category. Each of those questions will be worth 2 points. Multiple choice is an option in this round. However, it does drop the point value to 1. Competitors will have 15 seconds to answer each question. In this round only, opponents may steal if their competitor gives an incorrect answer. Repeats and challenges are still in effect in this round. Are there any questions going into round number 2?
No.
All right. All right. Then let us go ahead and bring up this wheel. Jack, because you are in the lead, you have the option to spin first, or you can defer to your opponent. What would you prefer to do?
I would prefer to spin first, Clay.
All right, then let's go ahead and let us spin that wheel. It's a little stuttery today, the wheel. And it has landed on John and Alan. Would you like to keep it or spin again, Jack?
I want to spin again.
All right. John and Alan, for those that don't know, are pertaining to the characters of John Ratzenberger and Alan Tudyk, contributors to Pixar and recent Disney films. But instead, Jack has spun early classics. Early classics. So let us go ahead and take a look at those questions. Early classics, of course, are films from the 30s to the early 40s. The ones that happened before the package films, before World War II. All right. So, Jack, you are going to receive 4 questions in the realm of early classics. Your first question is, in Pinocchio, what is the name of the place where boys are transformed into donkeys?
Pleasure Island.
Pleasure Island is correct for 2 points, extending his lead. Question number 2. In the film, what is the name of Dumbo's mother?
Multiple choice.
All right, your multiple choice options are, is it A, Mrs. Dumbo, B, Winifred, C, Mrs. Jumbo, or D, Philomena?
Mrs. Jumbo.
Mrs. Jumbo is correct for a point. All right. Moving forward to question number 3. In the film, Bambi's dad is known by what title, what honorific?
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are, is it A, the Great Prince of the Forest, B, the Great King of the Wood, C, the Great Duke of the Meadow, or D, the Great Lord of the Land?
The Great Prince of the Forest.
That is correct for...
Yeah, he's either that or king.
Yeah. So Jack currently has 11 points. Moving into his final question in round number 2. That question: what is the name of the final segment of Fantasia? The original.
Ave Maria.
I'm sorry?
Ave Maria.
There are technically, it's a
Night on Bald Mountain, Ave Maria. I mean, with that, yeah. Was...
Okay. That is correct for 2 points. It technically goes by both. I only put Night on Bald Mountain on the thing, but Ave Maria is also part of it. It's just the name
Thank you.
of the musical movement. So, yeah. Yes. All right. So that is the end of round number 2. And at the end of that round, Jack now has 13 points, correct?
That's right.
All right. So then moving into, we're going to go ahead and bring up the wheel for Chris. All right. And Chris, we're going to go ahead and spin the wheel for you now.
Righty.
You have landed on the Disney Renaissance, films that came out mostly in the 90s.
I'll keep that one. Yep.
All right. So we are going to keep the Renaissance. We're going to bring those questions up for Chris. He's going to receive 4 questions in the realm of the Disney Renaissance. Films that most of us grew up with.
I certainly did.
I haven't grown up yet.
These will be extra embarrassing to miss.
Well, let's get started. Your first question in the Renaissance category. In Hercules, when they first meet, what type of creature does Hercules save Meg from?
Oh my gosh. Can I get a multiple choice, please?
You can. Option A, Minotaur. B, Centaur. C, Cyclops. D, Griffin.
I believe it's a centaur.
That is correct for 1 point. Moving on to your second question. What is the name of McLeach's egg-eating salamander in The Rescuers Down Under?
Multiple choice.
Option A, Savannah. B, Frank. C, Joanna. D, Cody.
Can you repeat the question, please?
What is the name of McLeach's egg-eating salamander in The Rescuers Down Under? A, Savannah. B, Frank. C, Joanna. D, Cody.
I'm going to say it's Frank.
That is incorrect. Jack, can you steal for a point? What is the
Joanna,
name?
Get those eagle's eggs, Joanna.
Didn't need the question again, but that is correct.
Is correct for a 1 point steal. So currently we stand with Chris with 6, and Jack now has 14. Is that correct?
That is right.
All right.
Chris, your third question. In The Little Mermaid, what are the names of Ursula's eel henchmen?
Multiple choice.
A, Flotsam and Jetsam. B, Romulus and Remus. C, Nereid and Proteus. D, Thalassa and Despina.
Thalassa and Despina seem right. Those seem like the right answers.
That's your answer?
Yes.
That is incorrect. Jack, can you steal for 1 point?
Flotsam and Jetsam.
Flotsam and Jetsam is correct.
I was going with the goddess of the sea, but wrong
Fine.
context.
Final question
I will
of
say
round
getting
2.
some dangerous territory here. If Jack can manage to steal 2 points, he can knock you out. So just be aware of that.
Okay.
Who provided the speaking voice of Captain Li Shang in Mulan?
Multiple choice.
A, Donny Osmond. B, James Hong. C, Gede Watanabe. D, B.D. Wong.
James Hong.
That is not correct. Jack,
B.D. Wong.
B.D. Wong is correct.
All right. So he only managed to steal a point there. So at the end of round 2, we stand with Jack, who now has 16 points. Is that correct?
That is.
And Chris has 6, which means that going into round 3, Chris, you're going to have to get all 3 of your round 3 questions. Speaking of round 3, let us go ahead and take a look at the rules for that round. Round number 3. Competitors will pick 3 numbers from 1 to 20, corresponding to 3 random categories. Each competitor gets 3 questions. Questions are worth 2, 3, and 5 points, respectively. Competitors have 15 seconds to answer each question. There will be no stealing or multiple choice in this round. Repeats and challenges are still in effect. All right. Are there any questions as to the rules of round number 3?
Nope.
All right, then let us go ahead and Jack, because you are in the lead, you have the option, or you have the right to
The privilege.
choose your numbers first. So what 3 numbers would you like to choose?
6, 9, and 14.
6, 9, and 14. All right. All right. And Chris.
I'm going to do 2, 7, and 18.
2, 7, and 18. All right. So here we are with the first question in round 3. 2-point question to Chris. Like I said, we currently stand at 6 to 16. So if Chris is unable to get this question correct, then Jack wins. Chris, you chose number 2, which relates to the category of classics. Classics. And your question. In Peter Pan, what is Captain Hook's first name?
Jack.
And your winner, Jack, the Good Boy Allison. You're so close, Chris. We were looking for James.
Oh,
You got tripped up by your competitor.
that's what it was.
All right. All right. Well, good game, guys. Go ahead and shut off your cameras for a second. We'll bring you back in for interviews in just a second. Wow. That was quite a game.
It was. We started off very close, but as we've seen many times already, it's the luck of the draw that can make or break it.
Yeah, that wheel can definitely mess you up, as can, the questions in round number 3. But why don't we go ahead and bring Chris back in here to talk about this match.
Let's do it.
All right. So Chris, how we doing?
I'm a little distraught.
I will say you did ask in the match, unfortunately, that nobody's going to see. You did ask for rehearsal.
Yeah, I did.
You got a second rehearsal.
And that technically counted as the rehearsal. So
yeah,
I felt like a failure. I felt like a failure last time. Now I'm just nothing.
I will say, I think regardless of the outcome, I think you actually had a decent showing, especially in round number 1.
Yeah,
it was really impressive. You guys were neck and neck up into the final few questions in that round.
So it's consistent rehearsal. It's consistent rehearsal that I require.
Yeah.
Maybe not the first time, maybe not the second time, maybe not the third time, maybe not the fourth time, maybe not the 5th time, maybe not the 6th time.
Yeah.
I can't tell you when it's going to happen, but one of these days I'm going to be a competitor. Maybe not a winner, but a better competitor.
There you go.
A competitor.
So one of these days, does that mean you'd be willing to come back?
Absolutely.
All right.
If I didn't feel like I needed to redeem myself last time, I doubly need to redeem myself this time.
All right. Well, I honestly, I think you definitely have the potential to do much better. Like I said, I think you actually improved from the last match. So
I appreciate that. That's what we're all in this for.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. I'll see you later.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get Jack, the Good Boy Allison, in here, our winner for today in this match that actually counts.
Does it? Okay, good. I see the recording. Awesome.
Technically, you've had 2 exhibition matches, one of which is available on the Flying Cow podcast feed, but the second one is not because it didn't record.
It's okay. So things happen there. We don't need to talk about it.
No, it doesn't matter.
You know, that makes Jack the most experienced competitor now.
It's true. It's true. You already have 3 matches under your belt, and whoever your challenger is in the next match will only have 1.
This is true. But yeah, no, I'll start by saying, you know, Chris put up a great match. He's honestly one of the few people I think so far that's gotten a package film question correctly. So, I mean, whether he's seen the film or not, like I wish I had the guy's intuition, if nothing else. As for me, I may have a hard time remembering my daughter's birthday, but at least I can know who voiced Shang from Mulan.
It's true. It's true.
It's all about priorities.
Yeah. I will say, you know, like I said before, this is your first official match.
Yes, it's now canon.
But you previously played Hannah Kiefer. Now she beat you, but narrowly. Are you hoping that the 2 of you guys end up in the finals and you get the opportunity to play her again?
You know, after that match, I started seeing serious therapy, and it took a lot of money and a lot of advice. I'm actually wearing the mask here because it compresses like the frontal lobe of my brain just in the right way, so I don't get too stressed. It contains the rage so that I can be the good boy on the inside and out. That being said, Hannah, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for blood.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Jack, and we will see you in the next round.
Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta.
All right. Well, this was some match, Alex.
It was. I think that both challengers played even more strongly than they did in the lost battle, as it shall henceforth be known. Too wild for television, or at least YouTube. But at the end of the day, the good boy spelled treble for the Maestro, and all we can do is move forward from that.
Absolutely. Well, as always, thanks to everyone for watching, and make sure to come back and check us out next time for a match between the gentleman, Patrick Hill, and Nikki the Nova Baldwin. It's sure to be an exciting one. We'll see you next time. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Chris?
Yep.
I never did get your favorite films.
Top 3 are probably Inside Out, Fox and the Hound.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. And the third one, Disney, Pixar. Yeah, I'm going to go with Ants. Ants was a good one.
You mean Bug's Life?
Oh, man. Did I say the wrong one? Yeah, we'll go with Bug's Life.
Ants is the Woody Allen one that was DreamWorks.
Ants is great.
Dang it. Okay, then yeah, let's go with A Bug's Life.
A Bug's Life. Okay.
You can see how much I studied this.
It's fine.